Today in the amp vault, the Peavey Rage 158. The Peavey Rage is a solid-state practice amp, and there are actually a couple of different versions. We have the very old version, then we have a teal stripe version, we have a red stripe version, and we have the current version. This is obviously the red stripe version. And there are a couple of differences between the versions, but I'll show you in a minute why I chose the red stripe version. First of all, let's have a look at all the functions. We have, of course, an input, then we have two channels, a clean channel and a lead channel. Both channels share the equalizer. It's a 3-band equalizer with low, mid and high. We have two voicings, modern and vintage, and the clean channel only has a volume, and the lead channel has a pre-gain and a post-gain. Pre-gain is basically your volume and pre-gain is the distortion. Then we have a headphones output. That's really cool if you want to practice silently. And the reason why I bought the red stripe version, we have a CD input. And this CD input is, well, it's for CDs to jam to, but you can use it actually as an FX return and connect your own preamps, for instance the MT2 or even the XFX if you want to play the XFX with the Peavey Rage, and so on, and you can skip the Peavey's own preamp section, and I thought that's a really cool feature, and this is why I chose the red stripe version. There is an 8-inch Peavey Blue Marble speaker in it and no other options as basically the ones you can see here in the front. Sadly, I can't show you an EQ curve comparison because I don't know how to get the EQ curves. The only way that works would be to put an SM57 in front of it, but then you would mostly see the EQ shape of the SM57, and that's not cool. I tried to get a signal out of the headphones output into my PC, but I ran into some serious issues and I didn't want to try actually filming it or actually doing something because I feared to break my stuff. And second, the few seconds that I tried it, the equalization actually didn't work. So therefore, let's head straight into the audio comparison, or maybe the audio playthrough, and actually hear how this thing sounds. So for the live review part, you won't actually see my face. I don't know if some of you are happy or some of you are sad. Anyways, sorry, but this setup is quite complex to capture and I don't have the stance to do a multi-angle camera setup as I wanted yet. So you have to trust me when I say that my guitar is the Black Hat Custom that I basically use in every video. From there, we go straight into the Guardian of the Worm, because, let's be honest, you guys are interested if the Peavey Rage can do the chainsaw. And I opted for the Guardian of the Worm for two reasons. Reason one, it has an integrated noise gate that I like and that I need, I think. And reason two is I think that the Peavey Rage has some really abrasive high frequencies somewhere, and I ask myself if I can get rid of it with the EQ of the Guardian of the Worm. So from the Guardian goes into the Peavey, and the speaker of the Peavey is captured with an SM57 that I just randomly placed, and from there it goes directly into the interface. So, first things first, I opt for the lead channel and let's dial in a nice crunchy sound. And I think that's already it. Just a bit more mids, bit more highs, and way less gain that I normally use. But trust me on this one. So, first of all, let's connect the Guardian. And I've already pre-dialed some settings. I dialed the master how I like it. I dialed the gate how I like it. No blend. I opted for the HM2 EQ, so no other EQ. Gain is around 9 o'clock and I chose the original HM2 setting. And let's actually make this back to noon or the middle. So let's activate it and see how it sounds. Not as cool, but we have to make a chainsaw. So, let's begin. And I think I already nailed the sound that I wanted. It's not as harsh as the Peavey is usually. I think this is because of the high band of the Guardian. I could dial out some harsh frequencies, or maybe it tames it anyways. But this is definitely a cool chainsaw sound. The noise gate is nice. It, well, we basically get rid of the noise. Apart from the fact that the pedal itself costs way more than the amp, I think the sound that I got out of it is really cool, and it's definitely an awesome rehearsal sound or practice sound. Well, rehearsal if you don't have a drummer, maybe. But I can totally see myself use this. Cool. So I give you a couple of more riffs, maybe some additional tweaking, but after that, let's head straight to the verdict. I've already talked about this in the live review section, but my biggest problem with the Peavey Rage is this abrasive frequency in the highs that I can't get rid of when I use the preamp of the Peavey, and therefore I actually only use the clean channel if I play clean, or I use the CD input with my favorite distortion or preamp pedal. I personally have no problem doing this because I have a plethora of pedals, but if you only have one or two pedals and those aren't preamp pedals, you might want to use another amp, at least for practice. Or maybe this frequency thing or this harsh sound, it's okay for you. I don't know. I think the SM57 kind of gets rid of it. That's cool, but if you could hear it, I don't have to say anything. And if you couldn't hear it, believe me, it's there. Well, with the Guardian of the Worm, however, I really like this sound, and I couldn't see myself using it. I always used another HM2 in front of it, but with the Guardian, that was a really cool sound. So it's a cool pedal platform as well, especially with the integrated CD input. I can't talk better about this. It's so useful for real. I think it's a bit sad that it doesn't have a preamp out. I know that older Peaveys have one, but I think you can only have either preamp out or the CD input, and well, I prefer the CD input. So yeah, do you own a Peavey Rage? Or what is your practice amp, or what was your first practice amp? I know I already made a video with the Peavey, but I didn't do a full review. So let me know down in the comments what are the answers to those questions and what do you like about the Peavey Rage. And if you want to support this channel, check out the links in the description. And with this said, thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe, may the force be with you, and have a nice day.